Okay. Okay, good. All right. So let's pretend that somebody gave you $1,000. Maybe you're going to visit some cousins, abroad and so on, and they give you $1,000, and that $1,000, okay, is equivalent to around 100 and, for simplicity, 15,000 Kenyan shillings, right? So you take the money and then you go, and then elections come. During elections, things happen in Kenya that are not very good, and people are not settled, and it just becomes bad. And then guess what? The people become very uneasy with our economy, hence our money drops. So that then the $1 that was 13, suddenly $1 shoots up to 200 shillings. Shoots up to 200 shillings. I mean, it's very possible, yeah? And then you come back after elections when it is struggling at 200 shillings, where $1 is slightly around 200 shillings. Do you know how much you will actually come back and get? How much money will you have? That same $1,000 you had, suddenly you'll have how much? 200,000 shillings for your same $1,000. Now, the dollar has not changed. What has changed is the value that it is, exchanged to. Right then, we can say that you have made money. You have made almost 85,000, 85K. By doing what? Nothing. Just going to the UK for a few months and you make some money. Okay. Now, imagine that is what people do every day in the Forex market. The only thing is, they don't travel. They don't travel. They're just there. They are there. But what they've seen an opportunity in the market where you can buy when it's low, and the market is low, and then when it reaches somewhere high, you exit having made that much money. That is Forex. And the converse is true. In other words, if somebody was in Kenya, maybe now, and the things are like that, but then people become very optimistic. 6 months from now, after the election, the shilling becomes very strong, so that now the dollar is about maybe even 90. If the dollar is about 90, then when you come back with your $1,000, you only get 90,000. 90K. So you have lost some money. Yeah? You have lost some money, almost 45,000. How? Well, because the value of the money has gone down. Okay. So those are the things that people have noticed, or people pay attention to what is going on in the world, and they realize that monies or the currencies from one country to another country keeps changing depending on what's going on in the country. So in there, an industry was born, and this industry is what we call the Forex industry. So the Forex industry is just basically the exchange of foreign currencies, okay, from one currency to another currency. And sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. Sometimes people make money, sometimes people lose money. All right. So you'll find that there are very many different types of currencies. So the Kenyan currency is called Kenya shillings, right? That one Okay. So Kenya, because it's Kenya shillings. Tanzania is T shillings. Uganda is UGX. So as you notice, each country has three letters, right? And that is the international convention of naming their currencies, okay? So if you find the USA, okay, theirs is called USD, US dollar. Canada is Canadian dollar, CAD. UK is Great
GBP.
Yes, British pound. You know that one, huh? Let's see. Okay, let's see. What about Australia? Aussie.
AUD.
Eh?
AUD.
There you go. Halima, which one do you know? Pick any country. It's only three.
What about China?
Yeah, China is. It's called.
Yen.
Yes.
Is it again?
That's Japan.
Yeah. Yes.
Japan is yen. Is
yeah, GAP.
It's JPY.
Oh,
Japanese,
JPY, yeah.
Japanese yen.
Yeah.
Now China is actually called is it nimble, or I've never really paid attention because I don't trade the Chinese, currency. China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyway, it has three letters. Okay, there's some of them are very hard, like Switzerland. Anybody knows this? Switzerland. Switzerland is CHF. Weird, eh?
Very.
CHF. Germany, well, I don't know the German, but I know for right now they use euro, the European Union. Yeah. The European Union uses euro. So all these pairs, okay. New Zealand, it's NZD, New Zealand dollar. So some of them, we have what we call the major pairs in the world. Oh, South African, you should know that. South African, SA, it's called Rand. South African.
Yeah, Rand.
Yes, so it's SAR, for whatever reason, it's SAR. So there's what we call major pairs. There are about 8 major pairs, and I don't know, the rest are called minors. The major pairs are
for South Africa is ZAR. Sorry.
Yes, sorry, did I say SAR? Yeah, ZAR. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Minors.
Okay.
Yeah. So the minors or the majors are like about 8 major pairs in the world that are traded regularly, and that is the US dollar, euro, GBP, yes, Australian dollar,
Canadian
dollar, yeah, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Japanese yen, I think NZD or Swiss francs. I think this one. Now those 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, these are 8. So these are the major pairs. Major pairs that are traded. The most traded currency in the world is the US dollar. So USD is number one. Okay. And can you guess who's second?
Is it GBP?
It's the euro.
Oh,
Yep.
interesting.
Yes. So the European currency, I guess, because it's many countries that come together. Hence, that's why it's very popular.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think then it becomes tricky. It's either GBP or Japanese yen. By the way, Japanese yen is considered a very strong currency in the world. Japanese yen. So it's very interesting dynamics if you see what's going on. So if we draw the map of the world, let me just sketch something here. Sorry, it's going to be a bit dirty, but you'll forgive me. So if this is North America, okay, on this side, okay, that's North America, and then Europe. Okay, and I think, of course, there's Africa there. By the way, Africa is big enough to take all these countries in. It's just the way we draw the map. More recently, they're finding out that the whole of Europe can actually fit into Africa. Did you know that?
Mm.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. So right now, if we draw Africa properly, all these countries can all fit in Africa. So this is a strange thing about the Forex currency. The world markets operate 24/7. Okay, so that I think this is GMT. We draw a line here for GMT. Okay, and then the Asian. So the world markets are open at 3 time zones. The first time zone is the Americas. The second time zone is Europe's. The third time zone is the Asia. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that the Americas, okay, the center of this market here is New York. So in Forex, you'll hear people say the New York session, okay? The New York market or the New York session. That is the headquarters, New York session. Okay, that means from, all this time here, the New York session. Then here is the European, where London is the headquarters for the biggest trading center. So that is called the London market. You'll hear, oh, I'm trading the London market. Okay, someone will say, oh, I prefer the New York market. Some will say, oh, no, I prefer the London market. Then there are others who prefer it's called Sydney, Tokyo, Asia. So this is Asia, but the biggest market there is in Japan. The biggest market is in Japan. Okay, followed by Sydney in Australia. So this is the Asian market. Then this is the European market. And then this is the London market. Now, because the globe keeps rotating, okay, at any given time, okay, some people in the world are awake, others are asleep, others are just waking up, going to work, others are leaving work. So for that reason, the Forex market has become almost 24/7, open 24/7, with the exception of only weekends. So from Friday midnight, wherever, okay, in Kenya, Friday midnight, okay, to Sunday midnight. That is the only time the markets are closed. So Kenya, Friday midnight is actually about 5 p.m. New York time when they, when they close their banks, in New York. Friday, 5 p.m. Yeah. For us, it is midnight. For London, it's about maybe around 8 p.m. For Australia, it's probably the following day, like Saturday noon or something, So at that time, the whole Forex market shuts down until Kenyan time, Sunday midnight. Kenyan time, Sunday midnight, which is New York time, Sunday afternoon. London, Sunday around maybe 4 or 8 p.m. Okay. In Australia or Japan, it's already Monday. Okay. It's already Monday. So when they are waking up and going to the office, the markets are open. But for the rest of the world, it's still nighttime. Okay. Whereas in New York, it is afternoon. So the beauty of this market is it is open almost 24/7 from Sunday midnight to Friday midnight. Okay. The other thing that is important is to know that these currencies, essentially, for you to trade them, you have to pair them. You have to pair them. Now, that's a very interesting idea, but explain. It means that you pair the currencies, like, for example, because of the dominance of like the US dollar, okay? I'm trying to get a pen. Okay, here we go. So you pair the currencies so that there is the one currency paired the second currency. The first currency is called the base currency. And the second is called the quote currency. What do we mean? Well, if I say I'm trading the Euro USD, it means the Euro is the base currency and the USD is the quote currency. So if you ask somebody, what pair do you normally trade? That's why it's called a pair. Someone will tell you, I trade the Euro USD. Others will say, no, I think I like the, USD Japanese yen. USD JPY, Japanese yen. Okay. Others will tell you, no, I prefer the Aussie, well, Australian dollar, maybe USD. Some will say, no, I don't like the Asian markets. I don't like the European markets. I only trade the North American market. So USD, Canadian dollar. USD, Canadian dollar. Okay. And so you can pair them up, you can mash them around, there's sometimes I like looking at Euro, South African Rand. Okay. So what does this pairs mean? Okay. So this is the base, this is the quote, this is the base, this is the quote, this is the base, this is the quote. Now, you noticed very recently there was a war, or there is a war going on now.
Yeah.
So can you guess which currency has been heavily affected of these currencies here? Can you guess?
The US dollar.
Yes, actually US dollar has been affected, but there's one that I was expecting you guys to say obviously it's affected. The fight it's in Europe, right?
Yes.
So the euro is definitely affected, right?
Yeah.
The euro,
Definitely.
Swiss franc, GBP, all these currencies that are in Europe right now, they're not very stable. Or they're stable, but people are moving their currencies from there, taking them right now to the more stable currencies. The most stable currencies right now are the US dollar, Japanese yen, Australian dollar, maybe Canadian dollar, but the most stable now is the US dollar because people are moving their currencies from Europe, okay, and going, keeping them in the dollar. So what will happen is you'll find that any pair that has US dollar, then you'll find it affected. So like this pair has US dollar, affected. This one has US dollar, it's affected. Affected. This one has euro, it is affected. And you name it, okay?
Yeah.
Anything that has those pairs will be affected. But how are they affected? Okay? How are they affected? Well, the US dollar becomes stronger because people are moving their currencies from the euro, right? And they're going to America. So the euro goes down. Remember, like when we said when we have elections in Kenya, then the money loses value.
True. Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what is happening now. The euro compared to the American dollar is losing a lot of value, and the US dollar is becoming strong. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you look at the pair, a pair like Euro USD has really changed. But how does it change? So this is the part that this is the only mathematics you'll hear in Forex, but don't get scared. Okay, did you guys learn a bit of mathematics in high school?
Yes.
Okay.
But I was a danda in math, so.
Don't worry, don't worry. So what I'm going to discuss here should not scare you, okay? But it's important to, for you just to, just to listen to Kidogo. Okay. So you've heard of numerator and denominator.
Yes. Yes.
Numerator. Alim, are we together?
Yes, we are.
Okay, but why you're not a ahead in mathematics? At least somebody has confessed.
No, I was as good in.
Okay. Okay. So numerator, denominator. Numerator is the number on top. Denominator is the number at the bottom, right?
Yes.
So we can say like x or y. So x is the numerator and y is the denominator. Or we can pretend here in this case, the euro is the numerator and USD is the denominator. Now, here is the similarities. If you have a fraction.
Let me just ask.
Yes.
So usually it's like it's the base over the quote.
Yes.
Right? Like the base is usually the numerator.
Yes. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You see, it's easy. This is not rocket science. What you see is what it is, right? Okay. So it's the base over the quote, right? So if we have a number, let's say 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10, okay? 3 is the numerator,
Yeah.
okay? And 10 is the denominator. Now, if we want this fraction, this is called a fraction. If you want the fraction to increase, okay, to increase means that this is 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 is almost like that, but when you have 5 out of 10, 0 to me increase.
Yes.
When we have 9 out of 10, you have done very well. Ukipata 10 out of 10, so it's even better.
Better.
Yeah. So this ratio here, we call it ratio or whatever, as long as the number of the top is increasing, then this fraction is increasing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, what about the opposite? If this was 9, then 8, then 7, then 6, yeah? If this number is decreasing, then we say the fraction is decreasing. Stable.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to be sure we're on the same page. If this is 9 out of 10, 9 is 8 out of 10, it is 7 out of 10, it is 6 out of 10. So it's also in a decrease.
Yes.
Okay. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, kuna others where hizo namba za chini ndio ziko juu. Kwa mfano, 10 out of 3, 10 out of 4, sorry, 10 over 4, 10 over 5, 10 over, let's say 9, 10 over 10. Okay. So 10 over 10 is 1. Yeah. This is slightly more than 1 point something. Okay, and so on and so on. So this way, the number is decreasing. Why is it decreasing? Decreasing because this number is increasing. Now, what I wanted to say in Kwamba, the Euro USD lately, Euro USD, the value of the US dollar has been increasing. Hence, that ratio has been increasing. This is the only time you think about mathematics, but you don't need to know it. So don't worry, in the next class, I'll explain to you more. But today, I just want to get it out of the way so that you know, normally when you see a number like 1.325 something, this is just a fraction. It's one of these fractions here, you know, like this one here. 10 divided by 3 is like 3 point something. 10 divided by 9 is 1 point something. Okay, so don't worry, I will pick up from this in the next class. I know my time is up. It was half an hour. We're still a bit late, but any questions? We have 3 minutes. Any question?
I think
Okay. I just want to clarify on the second one. So like 10 divided by 3 is higher than 10 divided by 4.
Yes, as 10.
So it means that the value is decreasing, right? Is it?
10 divided, yes, it's decreasing.
Okay. Okay.
And why is it decreasing?
That's it.
It's decreasing because those numbers at the bottom are increasing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Umnia, you are saying something?
no, I'm saying I'm okay.
Okay. So don't worry about memorizing anything here. You don't need to memorize anything. Okay? Because that's not Forex. We're not even, it's just an introduction of what Forex is and what is not. Okay. So, but it's based on these currencies. So when we have the next class, today is Wednesday, because we didn't have class Jana, so our next class is tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so our next class is tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you.
So we're done for today. When I pick
Yeah.
up tomorrow, I will go through this again, and then I'll show you how we make money in the Forex market, knowing what we know. But for today, it was just an introduction. All right.
Okay,
Brilliant.
lovely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good
Good
night.
night, guys.
Okay, bye.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye.